Ethelene. A couple days ago, before all of this happened, you stand beneath the sun-bleached canopy of an abandoned Texaco station. The cracked concrete radiating heat through your shoes as if the earth itself is trying to melt your skin off. The air is still and thick with the faint scent of rust and old gasoline, and the only sound you hear is the slow creak of a loose metal sign pockmarked and swaying above you, its red star faded to almost nothing. You glance down the empty back road stretching past the outskirts of Baker, shimmering in the desert heat, wondering how much longer you're going to have to wait. The station's windows are boarded, the pumps gutted, and tumbleweed snags briefly on broken curb before dragging itself onward like it's trying to escape something. Then, far off, a shape appears. An old RV crawling toward you, its windows covered in tin foil. There's a forest of antennas trembling on the roof, and as it draws closer, you see one side of the RV is painted with a grinning alien in a baseball cap with the word tourist written on it. And beneath it, in loud lime green letters, the words, "The Truth Wagon." That, you reckon, would be Maxwell, the night radio DJ with all the best conspiracy theories in the desert. And as the RV pulls up in front of you, and the door opens, disgorging this massive amount of weed smoke that just sort of wafts all over you. The sound of Quiet Riot blasting from inside the RV. Out steps Maxwell. He's got these dirty-ass blue jeans, an old army surplus jacket. He's got a pink bandana on and some Randy Macho Man Savage glasses. Big bushy beard. He's got a huge spliff tucked in his ear there. And he's got another one just sort of hanging off the side of his mouth. And he comes down. It's good if you cough. Gets in real deep there. Whew. How you doing?
Hey there, Shaggy. Did you forget Scoob and the rest of the gang?
See what you did there. That's pretty funny. You're a pretty quick one. I like that. You've been waiting long?
A while, but now I understand why.
Now I'm here. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be great.
Right.
You weren't too clear on what your name is when you reached out to me. There something you want me to call you specifically, or just l'étrange demoiselle? That's Spanish for weird lady.
Right. I don't really care what you call me, honestly. Just you got information I need. I don't really think names are that important. Do you?
Well, I don't know if I'd call what I have information. It's more like truth nuggets. You can hear his voice and you recognize it from that crazy-ass radio show that he does in the middle of the night where he expounds on conspiracy theories of all kind and disclose to, you know,
what does he call himself on that show?
Maxwell.
Okay,
it's just Maxwell. He's always
it's just
Maxwell.
Just okay, Maxwell. All right. I imagine she actually like listens to this like late night driving home from the bar. Like she's thoroughly entertained by this guy to some degree and all of his cuckoo conspiracies. Holy shit. You're that nut job on the radio late night, aren't you? Maxwell?
Yeah, like the blank tapes, because I just record all this information from everywhere.
Right, okay. You know, that's kind of cool. I'm not mad about that.
He takes out the other spliff. He hands it over. I grow it myself. It's organic. It's great.
Oh, that's great. Nice to know. No, thank you. but thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. To
Anyways.
each his own. Free country. Or so they say. Yeah. So, truth nuggets. Wallach. Osmond Wallach. That's who you're looking in, right? Look, I don't need to know the ins and outs of it. I just, I'm happy to help out a fellow searcher of the truth.
Right.
Wait a minute. You that chick that works the bolt hole?
None other.
Shit, I knew I'd seen you somewhere. Fucking A. Local celebrity right here in my backyard. I dig it, man. I dig it. Far
Celebrity?
out. Fucking far out. Hey, do I get a rebate on the drinks? Maybe some free shots next time I'm in, if I help you out?
Yeah, sure. You can have a couple drinks on the house. That's.
You guys stock Zima, right?
I have never wanted to punch myself more in the face than in this moment.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Ugh. It'll just fucking bring
resisting.
us both down. I don't like violence. I'm a pacifist.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah, they tried to get me into
to
Vietnam, but was like, not this fucking rabbit, you know. That and I got flat feet. All right. Osmond Wallach. Well, I had the info you want, but it comes with a pretty decent size helping of warning. You do not, N-O-T, not want to mess with Oz Wallach. He's got goons, his goons have guns, and these guns have bullets with the names of dumb assholes on them.
Right. Will not mess with goons and Oz and his goons.
Good.
You got it, bud.
He pulls out a crumpled piece of paper from his... thanks, Kurt. Thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate you. He unfurls this folded up, dirty-ass piece of paper. I wrote it here. Yeah, all right. Copied this from my own notes. Oz Wallach. He's the guy who developed all these sun farms. He showed up out of nowhere 1977 around. That's when I became aware of him. He called himself Bannon back then. That was his name. Bannon. Something Bannon, but it wasn't Oz Wallach. He kind of laid low, and then one day Oz Wallach was here on the scene looking different with a daughter, and he had a bunch of cash. He built those farmhouse. No one actually knows where the power goes. And that's where I became interested, because I'm always on the lookout for a fucking scam. And I know a scam when I see one. That guy's got all these fucking sun farms out there, and he's got no transfo station anywhere. The cables just go straight down into the ground. They don't go anywhere. He's producing all this fucking shit, this fucking energy, and it's not going to a transfo. It's just... So, me, I'm thinking, that's fucking suspicious. So I look into it. He's got a daughter, Dina. She's got like her father. She has a rare condition that turns her hair and scaled pale white. They're not albinos. It's like something tied to porphyria, that disease that makes people allergic to the sun. Girl's maybe 12, 13 or so years old now, homeschooled, never goes anywhere. Rumor that they used to have nannies when she was younger, but apparently the girl was a bit... She bit one of her nannies, apparently real bad. Cut another one with a box cutter. So they stopped bringing them in. I got you some pictures here of them. They ain't the best, but it's what I could get. And he hands you a couple of really blurry photos taken from fucking half a mile away.
Wow. Well...
Yeah,
Quite the photographer, aren't you?
Well, I keep forgetting to clean the lens. Just a lot of oil in the masses there. But I've been keeping an eye on them since then. Well, since around 83, I guess, when I realized something was kind of hippie with what they were doing. They did find a girl wandering the desert around about that time. She said her and two other friends of hers, hippies, they were hitchhiking when they got picked up by a a white-haired man in a big truck. Apparently, he took them to his ranch. She wouldn't say what happened, but apparently it was pure hell. Assault, torture, cannibalism, the whole fucking horror enchilada. She said she got out because a young girl freed her. They took her to a hospital, but we never heard from her again. My bet is that Joe Warnick, Wallach's security guy, got to her.
Interesting. Do you know anything about Mr. Oz before this whole Sun Farm thing back when he was banning?
All I got is that he's from California somewhere, involved with a cult. It's very opaque, I guess is the word you would use. There's some rumors about something else in Nevada that he was involved with. Again, some kind of cult activity or something like that. He strikes me as the type, you know. That's about all I got. I mean, I can look into it further. I was just kind of really worried about what he was doing here with all that electrical power.
You ever heard the name Iomi before?
Yeah, this weird fucking guy in town. He's like a painter or something.
Anything other than that?
No. I can't say that I have.
All right.
Why? Who's Iomi?
Yeah, don't worry about it. The weird painter guy in town. He's a fucking weirdo, am I right?
Well, you know, fucking Baker's built on fucking weird, man. Like, do you know that before the whole Area 51 thing, all that shit was happening right here? You fucking go into the tunnels here under the city, and you go deep enough, and there's bunkers, and there's fucking old, like, research and surgical places where they were doing autopsies on aliens and shit like that. Like, this place used to be really fucking cracking for that stuff, and then people started asking too many questions, and then, you know, they moved it out to New Mexico. Why do you think that Air Force base is just right up there? They thought this was going to be fucking ground zero for the aliens, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. You are just an
so it's kind of quieting
well
down
of interest and knowledge, Maxwell, I must say.
Well, it's kind of my bread and butter, you know. It's kind of my brand, if you will.
Right. Well, do you have anything else for me? I mean, any kind of specifications on this ranch where I could find it? Maybe how many guards there are? Just for fun, just for having the knowledge, because I'm a knowledge seeker like you, Maxwell.
Well, just so happens.
I'll be the Velma to your Shaggy any day, bud. Just curious.
Was that the lesbian one?
You know what? Fuck you, Maxwell.
What?
Why don't you just answer the question?
Yeah, I got a map for you. And he reaches in his back pocket and he pulls out, and it's like one of those placemats for like the big boy that's on the highway. And like he unfolds it, and on the back in crayon, he's drawn this map that doesn't make a lot of sense until he kind of spins it around a little bit and kind of makes a little smudge and says, that's north and that's over there. You see, so that's Zigzag Road over there, and then that's the Baker North line over there, and then somewhere around here you're going to see a turnoff, and then you can't miss it. It's these giant fucking mirrored towers with these vast fields of fucking solar panels. It's, I don't know. It's kind of a strange sight.
Well, I see that you are an artist as well, and when I'm done with this, I will be sure to hang it on my refrigerator.
Oh, shit, let me sign it for you. And he looks for a pen.
Right, she's folding it up and putting it into her pocket. Well, this has been a very interesting exchange, and I would like to thank you, Maxwell.
Yeah, you could thank me by coming on my show one night. What do you say? Maybe next Wednesday, you free?
How about you just come in to the bar and have a couple drinks on me?
You guys have Malort?
Fuck you. Again, Maxwell.
No Zima, no Malort? What kind of place do you run? Hey.
We sell grown-up alcohol drinks at our bar. You want Jack and Coke? I got you, bud. Come on in.
I do like a good Jack and Coke with some Captain Morgan. Whew, yeah, that shit is right. Or some Ron Karaoke. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
you're the
white
kind of guy
bottle?
that asks for a little grenadine on top, huh?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I thought
And that shit
so.
better have a fucking little paper parasol thing in there, too, man. It's all
Right.
class over
Mhm.
here. All class.
I noticed from the moment that you stumbled out of your van.
Pleasure to serve. Hey, don't go out there. You're going to get killed. You seem nice, and I don't want to see you get killed. So just don't go out there, all right?
I've never heard that one before. Thanks, bud. Well, no guarantees. You have a lovely rest of your evening doing whatever the fuck you're gonna do. And I'll see you at the boat hole.
I got to go write my script for tonight.
I didn't ask.
Okay.
Didn't ask. There was
Okay,
not a question
okay,
there.
Fine.
Yep.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Here. And he hands you a little piece of paper. It's a coupon for half off hot dog over at 7-Eleven. Give those to all my clients. Thank me
Wow.
later.
Yep. I'll see you later. See you around, pal. And she's like backing up towards her car.
He just watches you go, takes another split from his headband, lights it up. And he watches you as you head off into the desert. Speaking of, you got it, Kurt. Speaking of heading off into the desert, Callie.
Yes.
Window is down. The morning desert air is cool as it's whipping your hair about. Take These Broken Wings by Mr. Mister is playing on the radio. Real loud.
It's so good.
You're just entering that kind of peak in the high where like everything's perfect, everything's great. You haven't started worrying about the down yet. The entire world's your oyster right now. Literally, like, you're starting to think about maybe going to Vegas. Why not? Why not? You can fucking strike it rich, not have to deal with any of this shit anymore.
I mean, that sounds totally fair.
Look at the seat next to you. There's that little baggie, that Ziploc, with the rest of the stuff that Des gave you. For a brief moment, you think of that girl that you cut up in that room. What's the feeling that you have when you think about that girl?
You know, it's funny. You think it'd be like really difficult to slash somebody up like that. At least for most people, it would be. But the thing is, when you work for the mob, there's a bigger fear that you have than hurting somebody. It's like your own survival, but not just your own survival. It's the survival of the people that you know and love, your family. Because, you know, like when you get involved with the mob, they get involved with you and they learn about you and they learn everybody who you know. And you don't even realize it at first. So it's almost like slowly over time that worry about the well-being of anybody that does not secure the things that you care about, yeah, it all just kind of goes away. And so I guess I almost have like a superpower where I can just step into that whenever I want. Even if it maybe no longer affects me, but I can. And I will if I need to. So I guess whatever I can do for myself right now, I think I will.
You realize you've been talking out loud to yourself in the car.
Oh, that's funny. I should talk to myself more, actually.
And then you hear a little voice from somewhere deep inside of you that says, "Why are you so obsessed with your parents' respect?"
Why am I obsessed with my parents' respect? Because I always just wanted to make them proud. It was just something that I wanted to do. I mean, they thought that I couldn't. So maybe it's me just wanting to prove to myself that I can do things, or that I can be successful or stable or survive. I don't know.
But you'll know you'll never be good enough for them, right?
No, actually, the question is whether or not I'll be good enough for myself. They're kind of actually more like a caveat. They're kind of like a permission slip for success and recognition of it. Because if I put it outside of myself, I drive more for it. If it stays inside, well then, it can kind of go away real fast.
I found that interesting. I'm seeing all sorts of things about you in here, and seeing this bottomless little...
Walking down memory lane?
I don't know if it's memories so much as kind of the very essence of your being. I get to pretty much see everything from down here.
You like what you see?
I don't know. There's like a deep, dark pit here at the core of your being, and I can see you've been shoveling all manner of shit in here trying to fill it, but I don't know that it's really doing you any good.
I don't know why you are looking at that, actually, because that belongs closed. That's what we do with our feelings. We push it down in the pit. Put it there. Don't look at that.
Would you ever think of... Nah. You probably wouldn't.
Well, think about what?
Do you ever think that you'd feel freer and be freer to be yourself and do what you want to do and not put yourself in the situations you put yourself in if your parents weren't there?
If my parents weren't there, would I be more free?
Yeah, it's not shameful to think about that. It's normal to want to be free of that. The parents are often a very weighty presence on our shoulders.
No, I guess I never thought of that, but I mean, at this point, it feels like a waste of time thinking about that. For all I know, they're dead. For all I know. For all I know, they're just, gone.
I know mine are. They died when I was 14.
Oh. Yeah? How?
Fire in the house. I'm the only one that got out.
Got cooked. Sorry. I mean, did you set the fire?
People in the village seem to think I did. They
Oh.
called me a witch and said I was in league with Satan, all sorts of weird ass shit like that. And
Well, you're now in my head, body. Kind of a witch.
a little bit everywhere. In your bloodstream mostly.
Wow. What's that feel like? Like constricting and then unconstricting and constricting and then unconstricting and then constricting and then unconstricting and then constricting and then unconstricting and then constricting and then unconstricting and a lot of that.
Look in your rearview mirror.
Okay.
And when you do, you see the flashing lights of a police car.
Whoop, we're in trouble. Floor it.
You floor it. The police car picks up speed and drives up after you. And Delphina says, "Are you certain this is what you want to do with this?"
That's exactly what I want to do. Why? You got a better idea?
I don't got any ideas. I'm just along for the ride.
Okay, well then, be helpful or don't.
Go ahead and make me an act under pressure roll with whatever penalties you have from your stability, and that's a roll plus coolness.
So, remind me, because I'll be honest, the last I checked my stability was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, Then it got a little better. So I think I'm at irrational.
Whatever your sheet says you're at, I think we went through it pretty thoroughly last time. Let me just
Because I've been broken and unbroken.
Yeah. So you would have. So you never go back up above distressed.
Yeah.
And you lost 2. I know you lost 2 because you failed a keeping it together roll at some point during the whole thing. So we'll say that you're at anxious.
Oh, wonderful. Not great. Okay. So that is just a -2 disadvantage, right?
Yep.
We're going to use some of that divinity that everyone has so kindly given me because that's a 4.
Excellent.
And I don't want that.
For divinity, you can add a d10 and pick one of the whichever one is highest. Hey, thank you so much, Gilspear, for the raid. Dave, what's up? Hope you guys had a good game. I popped in a little bit earlier and checked it out. It's like you guys are having a good time, so thanks for dropping by.
So I have like 70 million divinity, so can I use 2 of them and re-roll the whole roll?
Sure.
Okay. See, that's better. I will accept that. Now I have to do math. 17. 16, 15.
Pretty good. So you floor it and start speeding along the road. The car follows you immediately. The lights come on, and they floor
Absolutely
it also.
Not.
And they follow you quite closely. You had a 17, you said?
16, 15.
15?
-2. Yeah.
Okay. 15, pretty good. So tell me what you want to do. So you are flooring it. You are ahead of the cop car. Give me a little narration here of what it is that you do to try and kind of get away from this cop that's following you.
So we're in the middle of a desert, flat plain.
Yeah, but you're on the road. There's like an actual kind of.
I know. I know I'm not in the middle of the desert, but I mean it's just like road, desert, nothing. Mountains in the distance.
Pretty much.
Okay. So a couple of times back in Philadelphia, I had to be getaway driver. So I'm a little bit more skilled behind the wheel than one would think, especially on drugs, used to that. So I think what I would really like to do is I'd like to do like a little like get them all discombobulated, where I like kind of spin out and find a way to like get like behind them suddenly, and then as they kind of go and start to get out of their cars, take off.
You do that. You kind of drive and you let them kind of catch up a little bit, and then you get to like a little area that's got kind of like a turn-off point, so there's a little bit more room, and you throw on the handbrake and you do this whole maneuver that you saw someone do at some point. And you kind of spin around like this. Unfortunately, when I rolled a 6. So when this happens, the driver of the police car completely freaks out and jerks the wheel too hard and goes off the road. And because they jerk the wheel so hard, the wheels catch in the ruts on the side of the road, and you see the car basically up and kind of flip on one of the front tires and go crashing and lands on its top, and then it rolls over to its side, and then the doo of the lights kind of stop as the 2 lights are crushed, and the car kind of goes like this a little bit and then sort of stops there, the wheel just kind of spinning up in the sky. You've kind of pulled your Yui and whatnot, and then kind of managed to sort of stop, and you're sitting there in the middle of this desert on the side of the road, your nose kind of pointing away from this and looking at the cop car on its side. No one moving. What do you do?
There's a gun in that car. I think I want to go check out that car.
You open the door, step out. move towards the car. It's very early morning. The sun's just cresting over the horizon, and it's kind of putting this entire like wash of red light sort of over everything, and the desert looks like it's on fire as you're moving across the road. There's not anything else in sight. You do hear somewhere off in the distance a coyote somewhere. And you approach the side of the car, and it's doing that ting, 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 ting kind of sound, and the wheel is still kind of spinning, but otherwise the car is shut down, the lights are broken. It's very quiet. What do you do? How do you approach it?
Well, probably not as cautiously as I would in other circumstances. But I would like to, it's on an angle?
It's on its side.
It's on its side. Okay. So I would approach in a way that I could check the windows first just to see if they're alive or actually, not.
You look through the window and you see that the person inside the car is a middle-aged woman, and you recognize her as the sheriff of town, Sheriff Cosgrove. It's 1986. She wasn't wearing her seatbelt. The front of the windshield is spidered, and there's some blood in it. And one of her arms has kind of gone through the steering wheel, and so because her side of the car is the one that's up, and so she's kind of hanging in the front of her car with her arm through the steering wheel like this, and bleeding from the forehead. Her face is entirely covered in blood, and you can tell she's alive. Like, she's moving a little bit, and you can see that she's breathing, but she's not kind of responsive or anything.
Good enough for me. Okay, so can I get into the car?
You can certainly try. I'm going to ask you...
Can I kick in the windshield?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First off, I am going to ask you to do a keep it together roll, because there's a lot of adrenaline going through you, and there's a lot of stuff happening at the same time, and the drugs are starting to kind of wash out. So I want to see what the effect of that's going to be. So you're rolling plus willpower.
Yeah. I would like to use more of my divinity.
Go for it.
I'll use one, so I'm just gonna roll one of them.
Okay.
Wow. It really does. It wants it to be an 8, so I'm just gonna accept it.
An 8. You lose 2 more stability. You find that
Perfect.
the kind of adrenaline, the stress and attention of everything has really started kind of washing the drugs out of your system, and you're still high. I mean, it's cocaine. It's gonna persist, but you're definitely starting to get a bit of the shake, and kind of feeling like you're gonna start coming down sometime soon.
Okay.
Have you hit the point where you?
I'm unhinged. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And as this happens, you kind of get this kind of strange... That's the point, right? That's the point where you switch over?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to retract a bit of what I said. As you hit unhinged,
Darn tootin'.
you suddenly kind of get a strange calm comes over you, and this kind of clarity of vision of kind of what's happening. And immediately you kind of see everything. You understand the implications of this. You wonder why she was after you. You know, all of this kind of comes in, and all of a sudden, you kind of reach this point where the drugs don't really matter anymore. They're not affecting you anymore, and you're kind of operating at peak sort of clarity right now. Knowing that, what would you like to do?
She's dying.
Hard to tell. You'd have to get in there and check her out more closely. You're not a doctor, but for now, she looks like she's still alive, but pretty banged up.
I've seen a lot of dying people before, though. Can I kick in that window?
You can definitely try. Go ahead and give me, let's call it a engaging combat. Roll plus violence.
Okay, that's not terrible. 10.
With a 10, you lay down on the ground and start kicking at the windshield, right where it kind of shattered, and you give 1, 2, and on the third kick that you give it, it kind of shatters, but because you rolled a 10, your leg goes in, and as you kind of try to pull it out, you cut yourself. It goes right through your pants and through your skin, and as soon as you pull your leg out, you feel that you got like a pretty bad cut. The window is pretty much shattered at this point, like it's kind of broken off of the frame of it, and it's kind of hanging loosely there over the sheriff. But you've cut yourself fairly seriously. Not seriously to the level of being in danger of death or anything like that. But you've definitely taken a wound.
Okay.
You can feel the blood just kind of dripping down your leg.
Fuck.
What
Can
do
I
you
get
do?
in the car?
You get back on your hands and knees, push the windshield, and reach into the car. What are you looking for?
Well, it is a cop car. Does it have a first aid kit in it?
You would think it's probably in the trunk. You would need the
Okay.
keys to open it up.
There's not like a button in the car that would open the trunk.
Yeah, there's probably a latch, but you'd have to get all the way in the truck because in the car, because the latch would be like either in the dash or somewhere on the side. So you can do that if you want, but you can also
Yeah.
root around for the keys.
I'll pop the trunk. I'm not going to go immediately, but I'd like to pop the trunk first.
You squeeze in and kind of reach in and try to find this handle, and you wrap your hand around it and you pull it, and it's a bit stuck at first, but then eventually you pull it and you hear a clunk from the back. And as you do, the sheriff's eyes open and she looks straight at you, and you hear the radio go, "Come in, Sheriff. Come in, Sheriff. I got that read off that plate. Sheriff Cosgrove, come on in, Sheriff." And while that's going on, back at the ranch, quite literally, Ethelene and Robert, you are in this strange ranch. It's this, from the outside, it has this, it's definitely a kind of Mexican-styled ranch. But on the inside, it looks like it's straight out of the 60s or 70s. There's like shag carpeting, there's wood veneer on the walls, all the art and everything, the lamps, everything has that very distinctive kind of 70s look, or late 60s, early 70s look to it. There's you can smell the aroma of pot, and as you walk into the room, Ethelene, your leg is starting to really kind of bother you. You've been shot in the leg, and the man that shot you is helping you, and he brings you in, and he kind of helps you sit down, and he looks at the other guy, and he says, "Go get the first aid kit." And the younger man leaves the room and heads off towards the back, and you're in the room now with Robert and the man who shot you, whom you now know's name is Warnick. This older fella with a long leather trench coat and a cowboy hat and a Winchester that he's kind of holding, not necessarily pointing at you. And also in the room with you is Osmond. Wallach. And Robert, of course. The three of you. The two of you. What are you doing? The two of you, as you walk into this room and kind of, come in and you're seated down because of your leg wound. What do the two of you want to do at first as you kind of come into this room?
I am kneeling down and I'm beginning to pet the carpet. Mr. Oswald, your floor is so absolutely soft. Fascinating.
I'm afraid I can't take too much credit for that. It was in the ranch already when I bought it.
You have such exquisite taste, sir.
Again, It pretty much came as it is, but it does speak to my soul. There was great years. That's part of my life almost. Around the time when these things were in everyone's homes.
I lean down and rub my cheek on it. Such an absolutely fantastic texture.
My, but you are a strange one, aren't you?
What? What do you mean?
What are you doing, Ethelene, while he's rubbing himself off on the shag carpet?
So if I remember correctly, right before we walked in while Oz was talking to us outside, he just straight up said he knew I was there for his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She is looking so fucking annoyed sitting here. Her good leg is kind of bouncing. She's looking up at Warnick, over to Oz, down to Juicy, and there's just a scowl set on her face right now. I think she's mumbling under her breath, "Jesus fucking Christ. This is fucking circus I've gotten my goddamn self into."
Oh, your leg. All that stuff is coming out of it.
Right? You fucking stay the fuck away from it, Bobby.
Are you
Go pet. You just pet the rug. You just keep petting the rug, Bobby, all right?
Could my friend perhaps get a little bit of attention?
I believe my friend here has gone to get... here he is. And as he says that, the younger of the two security guys comes back into the room with a first aid kit, and he gives his gun away. He gives his gun to Warnick, who just sort of puts it away from everybody else, and he comes in front of you and he gets down on his knees and he opens the first aid kit and he looks up at you. Is it alright if I do it, or do you want to do it yourself?
Go on right ahead, be my guest.
He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a switchblade, flicks it open, cuts your pants. Sorry about the pants. And he cuts them up and opens them up. He's like, "That's not too bad. Just grazed you. Old Warnick's a pretty good shot. You're lucky that he decided to be merciful, I guess we could say."
Oh, yeah, that's what he was. He's not just a fucking bad aim. She shoots a side glance up to Warnick.
He rummages through the thing. He's like, "You don't have HIV or anything like that, do you?"
No, I do not.
Hey, good. This is gonna sting. And he just pours a whole bunch of rubbing alcohol.
Oh, motherfucker in hell.
I told you it was gonna sting.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he starts doing first aid on you, cleaning it and then binding it. And as that's happening, are you still rubbing yourself off on the shag carpet, Robert, or have you moved on?
No, I've begun sitting cross-legged on the floor while absent-mindedly petting it. Looking at our host, sir, I do believe you brought me here to see your daughter and talk to her about art. Is that not the case?
It seems everyone's here to see my daughter.
Well, I was invited.
Yes, you were, and I appreciate you making the trip out here, and if you'll give us just a few moments, we'll take care of this other business here, and then you and I can sit down and get to brass tacks about what it is that I need from you.
Yes, please do. And I'd rather say it was quite rude of your friend / manservant to shoot my friend here. I do not understand.
You hear that, Warnick? You're my manservant. Well, I guess that's what I think
Princess down here on the floor just called you a bitch, Warnick. Oh, fuck. Can you be careful down there on my goddamn leg?
Sorry, just trying to get, all right, okay, here we go. I'm just putting these butterfly tapes here on there, and as he's taking her, and he's doing a good job, Osmond looks down at you and says, "So you've come here now and you've seen what you wanted to see, and you've been shot for your troubles. What do you think should happen now?"
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think we should do? Oz. Is that your name? I don't think that's your name.
Well, it's one of my names.
One of your names. You got a lot of names, Oz?
I don't know, do you?
I got a couple.
Well, there you go. You know how useful they can be. Kind of like changing a suit. You change your whole outlook on life. You change your entire life even if you want. Is that why you changed your name?
I ain't here to talk about me.
Then why don't you go ahead and tell me what it is exactly that you want with my Dina?
With your Dina. Well, I'd like to know what you did with my Iomi Bannon.
Your Iomi?
Yeah.
Exactly how would she be yours?
Well, she is my fucking sister.
Thought I recognized a little bit of a familiarity there in the eyes and general shape of the face. A very different temperament, of course. Naomi was quiet and sweet and, well, you're a bit brash and vulgar, aren't you?
Oil and water.
So it seems. So, you came here hoping for a little family reunion, is that it?
I would not mind seeing my niece.
I can bring her in here. Mr. Robert here has to meet her anyways.
Yes.
The fuck is he here for?
What are you here for, Mr. Robert?
I do believe you sent someone to invite me in order to tutor your daughter or whatever in the arts.
Robert here is... actually, he would not have called you Robert. I think he would have called you Naomi from the start, to think about it.
They've all been calling me Robert.
Okay.
The woman he sent to invite me called me Robert.
Okay. So, yeah, okay. We'll roll with that. He says... it's a strange coincidence that your friend Robert here, who is a very, very talented painter, also happens to have a few different names. And interestingly enough, one of them happens to be Iomi. Now, how do you suppose that is? How do you suppose that he came by that name? How do you suppose that he came to paint your sister?
I ain't so sure about that. But, at least the painting part. But I can tell you, all of us seem to get gifted these lovely ladies' names from another time. It's strange, isn't it? Now, you wouldn't have anything to do with the local cops around here, or maybe witness protection, anything like that, would you?
Well, a man
Bannon?
in my position has to have certain assets available to him, and I certainly do keep tabs on the local constabulary, but I wouldn't go so far as to claim that I have any sort of pull with witness relocation program or the FBI or anything of the sort. I'm more of a local miscreant.
Right, so it's just all some nice coincidence.
I don't think it's that, but unfortunately don't have an answer for you. I recognize that some of these names mean something to me from my own past.
Oh, do they now? Why don't you enlighten me?
It was a few years ago, start of the 70s, I was involved with a bit of a social club, if you wish.
Sure. Why don't we just call a spade, Bannon?
This social club had many members, one of which was your sister, Iomi, and one of which was a woman named Delphine, another one was a woman named Estelle, and yet another one was a woman named Marjorie. The interesting thing, and this is where, of course, any idea I might have that this is some sort of coincidence flies out the window, is that those 4 women died not too long after I knew them. They died in a fire, a town called Hartwell, in Nevada. They were very interesting, all of them. All in their own little unique ways. But most precious of all was Iomi. She did me great service.
I bet she fucking did.
You mentioned Hartwell. What about that? Do you know?
Well, that's where we were, at Hartwell. Our little social club was in Hartwell. When Hartwell still existed, I'm told that it's been almost written right off the map now.
Yes. I've seen it.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
And is it everything they say it is?
And more.
I mean, did you feel a little strange when you went there?
Strangely enough, it's all rather foggy. I remember leaving.
Did you perchance visit Black Barn while you were down there?
I remember... I remember leaving one, maybe. The first clear memory I have is being in my vehicle and leaving town.
You don't remember arriving?
No, not really, no.
What about wings? Like an angel's wing? 5 marks.
What?
Just wondering exactly how far you went into Hartwell.
Oh, I apologize. It's all rather fuzzy.
I understand. I'm sure if you're here, 2 of you, that you are well aware that things are not always as they seem in this town. Strangeness abounds.
What are you, the fucking Cheshire Cat? We all mad here, Bannon?
Mad? No, I don't think so. Although madness is a form of clarity all its own. You've seen things, the 2 of you, have you not? Things that have changed your outlook on this world.
Perhaps. I do feel rather brighter than I used to, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Everything just feels so fresh.
She looks down to Robert. I would really love if the real Bobby would come back. I'm fucking missing him. I didn't think I would say that out loud, but here we the fuck are.
But darling, I'm right here.
Sure. Sure you are.
How's the leg? Can you walk on it? I'd like to show you something. And then after, I'll let you meet Dina. Both of you.
Excellent.
I just want to know something before I get up.
What's that?
You said my sister died in a fire. in Hartwell. But she was so important to you. So important, and you bred her like cattle and you let her fucking die in that city?
No, she didn't die in that city. She left with me. We had things we needed to do. Plus, she bore my child. There was no way I was going to let her die. I found out later that Marjorie didn't die either. Delphine, I'm not so sure about. Estelle, it's not clear. I was certain they had died in that fire, and it was only a few years later that I started realizing they might have escaped it. Interesting. Seeing as how they were the ones who started it. All those people dying, the entire city burned down. And they were trying to kill me, you see. Thankfully, Naomi warned me.
And where is she now, Bannon?
No longer with us, unfortunately. But no, I didn't kill her.
And what happened to her?
Come, let me show you something. I'll tell you. And he turns around and he walks out the back through a sliding door. The two guys have gotten their guns again, and the warning says, "You heard the man."
Oh, you're all right. Fucking Elmer Fudd, maybe you'll get a better shot on me next time. And she slowly stands. Question, storyteller. Because I was given first aid, do I get to stabilize one of those wounds?
You certainly do.
Sick nasty. Let's go.
Sick nasty.
All right. She gets up and kind of like tests her leg out and just
Yeah, it's not bad.
walks.
Like it really wasn't that bad of a wound. You're fine to walk on it.
Yeah, she's gonna follow Bannon out.
And Robert?
Yes. Should I follow along or what?
Come on, Miss Cleaver, let's go.
And how?
You walk out the back and you basically walk into what is like what would be a sunroom normally, but all the windows have been blacked out and tinted out, and there's a pool there, and the water appears completely black, like oily black, but as you kind of move in closer, you realize it's not the water that's black. The water is clear. It's that the pool itself is painted entirely black. It looks like it's made of black rock, or that it's been painted black at the bottom, and so that it looks like that. You can see off to the side a number of people, young men and women, kind of all half asleep. The odor of pot and incense kind of hangs in the air, and they're all kind of half naked and kind of all roped into one another and just sort of passed out on cushions near the pool. And as you walk in, Oz has reached out and he takes this strange kind of inhaler and he puts it in his mouth and
Oh god, I'm having blue velvet flashbacks.
it's not the whole tank thing, it's just
Calm down, Dennis Hopper.
perhaps blue ribbon, man. And he turns away from you and he walks towards the pool, and as he does, he removes his robe and he strips down, and what you see is this long, very lean to the point of emaciation body. His skin is pale white, so pale that you can see like the blue veins that crisscross his body, and then you can see a host of pink puckered scars, some long, some small, but his body is entirely riddled with it. And he walks forward and he slips into the pool, or just kind of walks down steps and goes into the pool. As he does that, I would like both of you to give me a see through the illusion roll, and that will be a plus soul.
I am going to use one of my advantages.
You go for it.
Yeah, I'd like to do that too.
Nothing can save me. I'm not going to do that math. It's real bad.
That turned into a 21.
Oh wow. Okay. We'll start with Juicy. Juicy, you see as he slips into the water, and you can kind of gauge better. You realize that it's in fact not a bottom. The pool itself is this vast dark void that seems to go on forever, like he never touches the ground, and what you thought was just this black painted floor and walls of this pool, you realize it's just this vast emptiness. And as you kind of look into it, you understand what it is. Part of you kind of instinctively understands what it is, and you I think, give me a second. As you see this hole, and you think about, oh, you didn't get the information that you got, so you won't maybe not put two and two together yet. But you understand that this is a tether that links this place to somewhere else. And
would this evoke a memory of what I experienced in the Black Barn?
Yes.
Okay.
And you understand that it's a tether to another place, and as you kind of take that in and start looking around, you see that around the room you can see several symbols cleverly hidden among the decorations of this room, and you realize what this place is. You realize again kind of instinctually that this is a place of worship of Astaroth. And as soon as you come to that realization, you can smell the old blood that has dried between the cracks in the floor. You can smell all the sex and the drugs and the violence and the veritable darkness of rituals that have been held here in Astaroth's name and honor. And you breathe it in really deep, and you get really homesick.
I think absent-mindedly, Robert's hand reaches out towards Ethelene and grabs her hand anxiously, but there is still this like placid smile plastered on his face.
And as you reach for Ethelene, you see the same thing. You realize that this gaping void, it's at the bottom of this pool, and it kind of completely envelops you and startles you. And when Robert reaches out and grabs your hand, you realize that you've stepped into the pool, and both your feet are on the first step into it, and you feel like you're falling into this vast emptiness. And he reaches out and grabs you, and you kind of shake your head and come to and realize that you were about to just go into that pool, and kind of holding you. But it doesn't look like he did it to stop you. It just looks like he's in his own kind of world, and has reached out to grab you and has just managed to kind of get a hand on you before you went in.
I squeeze old Bobby's hand back and fucking very quickly scramble backwards out of this pool.
And as you do, you see now around the room paintings upon paintings upon photographs upon photographs, all of the same woman, feral, dark-haired beauty, often naked or wearing only a simple country dress, always barefoot. Every painting, every picture shows her in a state of submission. In some, she's pregnant. The photos are very worshipful. Always the chains or leashes or ropes go off into the darkness. There's no one else in the photos ever with her. But you get the sense that this is a shrine to her, to her devotion, her submission, her sacrifices. Even in the more disturbing, violent images, she radiates a kind of unmistakable power, and you recognize immediately your sister Iomi in all of these.
Bobby, if he's listening, I don't know, he might be in La La Land still, would probably hear Ethelene under her voice just say, that stupid fucking whore. And then she kind of glances back over her shoulder, and she's looking for dipshit 1 and dipshit 2 with their guns.
They're standing by the door behind you guys, keeping an eye on you.
I would like to maybe do something kind of stupid.
Actually, before you do something stupid.
Okay, all right.
But you totally can do something stupid in here in a minute.
Yes.
But I just remembered something. Looking at your character sheet, you have depression. And
you have great timing,
don't
you?
I think that seeing all of this and kind of realizing where you are and the kind of sort of strange pull of the void that this pool had on you, I think that it might actually trigger that. So would you go ahead and give me a roll plus 0, please?
All right, I am gonna use another divinity. How many of those can I use before a roll?
I'm happy to let you use however many you want.
There are quite a few.
I do not know what the count is. I lost track of it, but
I've got like 6.
Okay. I'm happy to let you use as many as you want. And oh yeah, there you go. You have 6, Ethelene. Thanks, Varl. And you can use as many as you want. They each give you an extra die, and then you can just take,
Yeah, this can really fuck me. Especially with the stupid shit I want to do. So we'll just use one for we'll use one. Okay. I'm feeling like that first roll was maybe just a kerfuffle. Fuck me gently with a chainsaw. One of those was one. We're re-rolling that bitch. With all of my fucking negatives. Yikes. That is a 10.
A 10. You feel a sudden wave of anxiety wash over you. You suddenly wonder what the fuck you've gotten yourself in. You doubt even your own abilities to get yourself out of this one. There's armed men, there's strange otherworldly things, there's so much you don't understand. And the thing I think that really kind of hammers home to you is the fact that your sister, for all her faults that she might have had, was tough and was a survivor. And she got mixed up with these people, and now she has done some horrible things, and she is no more as far as you know. And if she wasn't able to get through this, you kind of doubt that you would have the strength to do so, and you absolutely, for a moment, even lack the will to try or do anything. Now, this is temporary. It kind of washes over you, and you feel that, and it kind of cripples you for a moment. Whatever roll you make next will be a -1 as a penalty for this. But you feel that, so do with that as you will.
Yeah, with that being said, I am a little fucked up, which is making me feel just a little bit more reckless right now. And I would like to use my ability, Death Drive, which is whenever I fight, I do so with no regard to my personal safety. Because I would like to turn around and try to run and take one of these guns. I'm feeling squirrely.
Go ahead and roll that. It's a roll plus violence, and roll plus soul for you, please, Lucy. As we forgot your 6th sense at the beginning of the game.
Let's see.
Ooh.
All right, we got some good things going for me right now. Varl, I'm going to use another advantage. Oh, yeah. Ooh. All right. Okay. Yeah, buddy. We got a crit. That's
Excellent.
a 20.
What did you get on your Sixth Sense, Juicy?
I got a 5.
All right, great, because that means I get a move on you. I'm also gonna tell you, Creed, to make a rule plus coolness, because I think your Ace Up the Sleeve would activate also.
All right. I'm feeling pretty cool right now. I'm going to use another one of those divinities, Varl. That's a 9.
9, you get 1 edge.
Yep.
So
all right,
you get to pick
beautiful.
one of those things. But the situation is worse than you imagine. The GM makes a move, so I have a move.
So cool, bro.
So you turn around and sorry, what did you get on your roll plus violence? You got a crit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So on your death drive, you get 3 edges, and you can spend them
Mhm.
at any time you want during the scene. So
Oh yeah, I'm about to spend one of them.
You turn around and without any sort of warning whatsoever, you dodge forward and you kind of shoot for one. I guess. Tell me, which one are you aiming for? Are you aiming for the older guy or the younger guy?
I'm going for Warnick. Fuck that motherfucker. He shot me in the leg. I think as she spins though, can I use my first edge as I turn around to face these guys? She is just like completely burdened with the stress of this place. The overwhelming feelings that she does not like to feel. She is not a fan of feelings. And there's a lot of them here. And in that overwhelming stress, she just turns around and starts laughing maniacally at these 2 guards. It will frighten my opponents by laughing into the face of death. And I will get a +1 ongoing during this fight for being a fucking psychopath.
Excellent. And you dive forward towards them. Robert, you failed your Sixth Sense roll. You are so taken by surprise by this. You are still kind of feel like you're holding her, and you're still kind of in this whole thing, and then you hear this screaming and this maniacal laughing, and you kind of look over your shoulder, and you just see Ethelene just charging for one of the 2 guards. What's your reaction gonna be to that?
Yeah, I think this is a breaking moment for him. Seeing this black pool being brought back to the black barn and just recognizing how terrible things have become in a mere moment. I think he is going to see Ethelene freak out, and he's going to react with violence as well. And he's going to rush at the other guy who's here and try to, I think, claw at his face and gush out his eyes with his thumbs.
Okay. You do that. You rush towards him. I do have a move at some point against you in the session for your failed Sixth Sense. I am not going to use it right now, so I'm going to keep it. However, I do have a move against Creep. So from your Ace Up the Sleeve, the situation is worse than you imagine. And as you rush forward towards him, you realize your wound in your leg is actually way worse than you expected. And you feel this sharp pain that travels all the way up here. And as you put your weight on it, you feel it let go. And you're just short of falling on him. Now, because of the way combat works in Kult, we're not going to get past this. I'm going to go now to Callie and go see what's up with that. But you are falling face first into this guy. As you also see out of the corner of your eye, Robert kind of doing the same thing as you. Yes.
Before we do that, can I also note that my arms in this act of violence have transformed into enormous black tendrils with claws jagged at the ends and have begun to claw at his face and peel away the skin in strips. And I believe I'm supposed to make a roll for whenever I commit intentional acts of violence.
Absolutely. Marked. Go for it. It's a plus 0.
I rolled a 14, so I am feeding my darkness, and you take 1 hold.
Sweet. Plus 1.
I am feeding my pants a load of shit.
And like my black arms have burst through my like preppy sleeves, and there is just a smatter of blood across the white floral collar and across my face as my eyes have gone wild.
My Bobby, what have you done with your makeup today to look so pretty?
Avon calling.
Bobby is not here right now. Please leave a message at the beep. Callie, you are in the car, kind of squeezed in, and you've opened the back of the trunk, and the radio has come to life, and you see her eyes open, and you're like this.
Shh.
And because I have so many wonderful moves on you from your addiction, you see, as you do that, you see her thinking about it. You see her thinking about reaching and grabbing that radio. But you also see out of the corner of your eye, in the back is an evidence bag.
Oh, no.
And you can see in that evidence bag, you see a couple of things. One, you notice that there is a paper on it, like the chain of evidence paper on it, that's filled out. And you see the address of the motel that you set fire to, in fact. The Stardust Motel. And you see in the bottom of that bag a bottle with a bunch of yellow pills inside of it.
What?
That were in the motel and that were picked up as evidence. And as you stand there, you can tell that she's thinking of making a move, and you see that. And before, because I have moves on you, before you can even stop yourself, you have twisted away from her and are reaching through the seats down to the floor, trying to reach at that bag. It's just like kind of trying to get your fingers to grab it as you're kind of trying to pull on it. Your heart's beating 100 miles an hour. Your mouth is dry. You can just feel the intensity. And as you are straining and reaching out for this, you clearly hear her say in the radio exactly where you are and that she's been in an accident. And she says your name.
My name? How did you know my name? Oh, the plate.
She's been investigating. She doesn't say Callie, she says Delphine. Or Estelle, sorry.
That's right. Estelle, that's the name.
She gives your that name, Estelle's name. And
can I do something?
She says
when
like
she
911, like officer down kind of thing.
When she says my name, can I react to her?
What do you want to do?
So many things. I want to punch her in the face. I guess I'm gonna punch her in the face.
You punch her in the face, you're gonna have to let go of the pills.
I don't have them, do I?
You're just kind of holding on to them with the tip of your fingers. If you let go, they might fall, go under the seat. Who knows where they're gonna land up.
Can I retract them then?
What do you want?
Information's already out there. Give me the pills.
You try to pull them in? Okay, so go ahead and give me an act under pressure roll. With all your penalties attendant, because your addiction has come back in full force. So roll plus coolness. Are you using
which
divinities?
I'm still at unhinged, so my disadvantages do not apply from that.
Yep.
Correct.
Great.
Oh, amazing. Oh, that's wonderful. I hate math.
You're rolling plus coolness.
Yeah, that's 15.
Right. So explain to me what you want to. So what you want to do, you succeed. So describe to me what you do and how you do it.
Yeah, with the fucking finger strength of the god that I am, I hold on to those pills and I pull them in. It's a bottle?
There's an evidence bag inside. There's like a pill bottle, And you can see a number of them inside.
Yeah. Can I still punch her?
You pull them up, and like you're kind of staring at them, and you feel something hard press into your ribs. And when you do, you look down and you realize that she's gotten her revolver out, and it's pressed up in your ribs. And she says, "Don't move. I want you to reach to my belt and take my handcuffs. And I want you to cuff yourself to the steering wheel. Do it right now, or I will shoot you. I'm not going to tell you a second time."
Okay, so can I have acted before she finished talking?
If you're telling me you're going to interrupt her?
Yeah, I would like to interrupt her and like grab with my free hand the gun in her hand. I think I've been at gunpoint before.
So do an engage in combat.
Yeah.
Against her. Roll plus violence.
Yeah. I mean, that's not as good as a number, but that's a better roll. Okay. That's a 12.
That's a 12. Unfortunately, she has a 15. Do you want to re-roll anything?
I would like to use a roll, please. I would like to use 2 of them. Okay. Someone talking about samurai? Oh, okay. That's great. Hold on. I still suck at math though. Right? Is that right? Yeah. So that's 15.
Right. So you time. So as you reach down and grab the gun, it goes off. Now, before we get to that, you do have one use of your bound.
Yeah. I was
which
thinking about
allows
using
you, if
it,
you
but...
want, to call upon the being inside of you for help. But you want to use that now.
Yeah. She hasn't done anything that offer me thoughts and prayers, but I would like her to do something if she can.
So time seems to kind of stop and freeze for a moment as you watch that hammer slowly falling down. And while you're wrestling the gun with her, you know there's a pretty good chance the bullet's still going to rip into you somehow because you're way too close to each other. What do you say?
Delphine, you want these drugs? You better freaking help me right now. We either go down and don't get drugs, or we get the drugs and we go to wherever the freak you want me to go.
You want me to help you?
Do you want to help me?
Sure. I'll help you. You hear the gunshot go off.
Yeah.
But it's way too loud. Way louder than it should be. The bullet does not fire out of the gun. It explodes in the barrel of the gun, and she's got a revolver. And the gun cracks open. And as it does, a chunk of the bullets and the debris from the gun exploding shoot out in her face. And her face is torn off.
Rough.
Blood splatters you. There is burn from the explosion on your hand, so you take one wound. As the explosion of the gun, which you were holding, basically wounds your hand. You feel the skin burn and a finger snap. But most of the blast goes back towards her. And the whole bottom of the car and the side passenger window covered in her brains and blood. And most of her head's missing, and she just falls limp. And you hear on the radio, "Hold on tight, Sheriff. We're on our way. We got the helicopter out, and a bunch of cars were coming your way."
Helicopter. Time to go. Okay. I'm running. I want to grab that health kit, please.
Before you do, I'm gonna ask you to give me a keep it together roll.
Okay. Come on. That's double 9s on the die, minus the 2 for my diseases. I mean, my wounds. Plus coolness is 0. So 16.
Excellent. You manage to keep things together. Of course, you're still in that zone, that clear zone.
I'm zoned.
And you do so well that you regain 1 stability. Black Sun Gaming.
No.
Watch.
I don't want 1 more stability.
Well, that's rough for you because you
Don't use my word
regain
against me.
a stability, and all of a sudden, panic floods you, and you feel like the situation's running out of control, and you have no way to keep this going. But you look down, and you have that bag with the pills in it, and you have the sheriff's dead, and you crawl out of the car, and you're sure you can hear a helicopter not too far away.
Oh.
What do you do?
I'm grabbing the health kit and I'm getting in my car and I'm leaving.
When you go in the back and grab the first aid kit, you see there's a shotgun in the back of the trunk.
Can I grab that too? Do I have time? I got A, B, and C.
Give me an act under pressure roll. Roll plus coolness to see how you do with all this.
Okay. No. 12, 11, 10. So
And you manage, you succeed in doing all that. You manage to grab the gun, you manage to grab the first aid kit. And with a 10, you do it, but you hesitate or delayed or must deal with a complication. GM reveals an unexpected outcome, a high price, or a difficult choice. And this is the difficult choice. As you grab all these things, you realize that both the shotgun and the first aid kit are tied, and they're like Velcro, are snapped into the back of the truck. You're not going to be able to get both. Which one do you want to take?
Health kit.
You grab the health kit and your bag of pills, and you run towards your car, and you get in it.
Meds here. Pills here.
What do you do?
I'm in the back of just in the car. I'll deal with everything later. I'm driving.
You drive off. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the subs, Black Sun. Everybody else who's thrown down, I really appreciate you. You hit the gas. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Oh.
So here's how combat works in Kult, especially in a situation like this where there are a lot of people. It's not one of those, I do a move and then I roll and see if it works. Like, we do that when it's just like one person or one thing. What's going to happen is we're going to describe how the scene progresses, and at some point I will call for a roll based on what we've described. And then whoever wins the roll, whether it's you or the enemies, their version of what is happening is going to kind of take place. So we're kind of going to do it as a little triangle here where you're going to tell me what you're doing. Well, you have told me. We're going to work off of what you've said already. So what's going to happen is as you charge, and the thing is this, right? You can look at the moves, right? There's avoid harm, there's endure injury, there's engage in combat, all those things. If there's one that you prefer to roll, you would try to kind of keep within the realm of being able to use that particular skill. But so, for example, this is what's going to happen. Ethelene, you rush forward, and as you do, it's just as you're about to get to Warnick, you feel your leg give out from under you, the wounded one, which is worse off than you thought, and your knee kind of buckles a little bit from the pain. And as you're falling down, Warnick is going to just sort of meet you with the butt of his rifle. As you fall down, he's going to just bring it up and crack you in the head. What are you going to do to prevent that?
I would like to try, and instead of dodging that blow, I'm going to try to put my hands out and grab that gun as he's trying to crack me with it.
Okay, on the other side, you have reached to the other guy, Robert, and your arms have kind of ripped out and become these strange, weird tentacles with hooks at the ends of them, and you charge forward. Don't forget, Ethelene, your maniacal laugh and all that still applies, so remember to keep track.
Yep, I got it written down, thank you.
And Robert, you see, you kind of expected this guy to kind of like react like, holy fuck. But he doesn't. He's kind of cool as a cucumber, even as he sees this weirdness coming at him. So you kind of figure out that he's seen some shit before. And as you reach for him and your tentacles kind of reach out, he's not going to try to avoid them or anything. He's just going to bring up, and he's got like a double-barreled shotgun. He's just going to kind of tilt it up towards you, and kind of as you reach for him, he's just going to open up with both barrels. What are you going to do in response to that?
Well, I would like to avoid the buckshot. That sounds like a good idea. Can I do
like
that?
to avoid it? Would you like to try to dodge it? Would you like to try to bat the gun away? Would you like to try to just kind of go around it and grab him? Like, you can describe
I
how
think
you want
I'd like to try sidestepping the barrel, and go for his face. My goal is to scratch out his face.
Okie dokie. All right, so we have our situations all lined up. For both of you, then, it's going to be engaged in combat as you're both attempting to do offensive maneuvers. Please keep in mind any wounds that you have or stability that might cause you to lose, to get penalty on your roll, or anything that might give you a bonus. So we're going to do opposed rolls of these things. If you want to use divinities, you are very much welcome to. Remember also that you can blow 2 divinity to prevent me from using a move, right? When I use them against you.
Are these opposing rolls violence?
Yeah, roll plus
Okay.
violence.
Yep. Varl, I am gonna use 2 divinities on this. Ooh. Oh god. That's a 10 from me, Bleak.
I have a question.
Thank you, Sphere of Stories. Sphere of Stories has donated 500 bits, giving
Thank you.
everyone.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So, these arms, this mark, does it alter my violence?
Yeah, I would go ahead and say that it'll give you a +2 on your roll.
Okay. So that means I roll neutral, and I got a 17.
17. All right. So the guy that as you rush forward, and we'll start with Juicy here. Robert, as you shoot forward and you lash out with your claws, you see him kind of, as I said, cool as a cucumber, kind of just try to level a shotgun to try and shoot you. And you come in and try to kind of sidestep in and batter it away. And as you do, the shotgun fires off, but it kind of just grazes you and kind of goes off and shatters a window somewhere in the back. But you lash out, and your claw wraps around his face and kind of like goes around his neck, and then kind of latches onto him, and he screams, and your claw starts to dig into him. And you'll take damage from that as he's screaming. Blood is sort of gushing. He's fired both rounds of his shotgun, so you see him drop it, and he's like reaching into his coat for something else as you're kind of holding him, and I've grabbed him. Unfortunately,
I did my
Ethelene.
math wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Because I forgot that I had to add the violence to it, and I was just doing my -1. So that is actually but I said it was a 10, right? So it would be a 12 actually.
Right. Unfortunately, he got an 18. Now,
Well, he's a son of a bitch.
yeah, you do have edges. For example, so you did the frighten on your death drive, but I think you rolled 3 edges on your death drive and 1 on
I
your
did.
ace,
I
right?
did, yeah.
The ace of your sleeve, you have 1. Realizing he has a weakness with a +2 would not help you right now.
Yeah, nothing's really helping me
You
right now.
spot
on
a
the
way
edges.
out. Okay. Yeah, but it's on your next move. All right. So
Yeah.
on your next action, you're going to be able to get some juice out of all this.
Yeah.
And so you fall down, and he brings it up, and you kind of try to grab onto it, but your hands just slip around it, and it cracks you right under the jaw with the butt of his rifle, and you feel it reverberate all the way inside your skull, and you're pretty sure your jaw's shattered, and you're going to take
Super cool.
you're going to take another damage as he smacks you. I'm going to ask you to do a Endure injury, just to make sure you don't pass out. So that's going to be
Yep.
fortitude minus your harm.
Okay.
Now, if you want to use your edge to get a +2, you see a way out of it, I would let you do that. Take a +2 on your next roll to me.
Yeah, let's do that. Probably could use that right now.
That's your-
Yeah,
your
that's another
usually-
12.
Okay. Another 12. You're still standing, but GM picks one condition. So, the injury throws you off balance. You lose something. You receive a serious one. I'm not going to give you a serious one. You, yeah. So what's going to happen is you kind of turn your head a little bit to kind of mitigate a little bit the damage, and it clocks you still. So you're still going to take the damage. You fall to the ground, and your splat falling like on your face on the ground, and you're like in a really bad position. What are you going to do with that? You are lying on the ground. He's standing up over you. You hear the shotgun blast go off over to the side where Robert is.
Okay, so I'd like to use another one of my edges from Death Drive, and you can tell me if this works, because I have Frantic, which is get within reach to attack a hostile. Could I utilize that to pop up out of my position and like get directly to him?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say that I don't know about popping up, but I'm going to say that you kind of claw forward and start kind of like clambering onto him or something. Because if you pop up, it kind of defeats the purpose of what has just happened and the other will fall down. But I will say that you can totally kind of reach up and kind of grab him and try to pull him down or something if you want, or kind of wrestling him so that he can't use his Winchester rifle directly.
Yeah, my goal right now is to stay on this dude to not be able to use that rifle. So
you climb up.
I'm trying to climb up to like get face to face with this dude as quickly as I possibly can.
And when he sees that you're doing that, he's going to let go of his gun also, but he's pretty smart. He's going to kind of throw it off at a distance a little bit. And he's, with this smile, he gets this really insolent smile on his face. And he's going to reach down and he's just going to wrap your head in his arms, and he's just going to throw himself to the side, wrenching your head as he goes and using his pretty
nice.
considerable body weight.
Pajama
kind of
ground
like-
wrestling now, aren't we, Warnick? All right.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to reach in for that cool little funny blade I got on me.
All right, cool. So you're going to try to whittle him one, and he's going to try to wrench your head from your shoulders as he drags you
Love
down.
that.
Meanwhile, over on the side, you have him with your tentacle and your claw around his neck. He's reaching for something in his jacket. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'd like to use one arm to grab the wrist that's reaching, while the arm around his neck squeezes even further and cuts more deeply.
And he is going to see. He's kind of pretty aware of what you're doing. As soon as he sees your other arm kind of go for his hand that's in his jacket, he's going to let go of that, and he's going to just kind of throw himself forward and try to get in close to you. And as he does, he grabs your hair and he pulls it back, and he's going to try to just bite you right in the larynx.
Oh, I was gonna do that. Rude.
All right. Engage in violence, both sides.
Yes. Every round that I'm engaging in violence, does that give you do I have to roll?
Sorry?
So do I have to roll for my mark?
No, it's just
Just
You're
when
good.
I
Yeah,
initiate the
exactly.
violence? Okay. Just making sure.
Varl, I will be using another divinity.
creep, this roll, and juicy. This roll.
Yeah, let's go. I got a 15.
Fucking hurt myself pretty bad.
Relax, old man. Don't get so excited. No swift movements. Your body is not built for that anymore.
But your body is still a wonderland.
No.
Canada Wonderland.
I'm eating rocks. I'm jumping in the river.
All right, what did you get?
An 11.
Fuck, I gotta do this math again. Hold on. A 15.
All right. We're going to start with Ethelene this time. You manage to get the blade free, and as he's kind of grabbing you and hauling you and trying to kind of wrench you down to the ground, you get a chance to kind of stick him one. And you bury that blade into him. Describe this for me, please, how you go about doing this.
Yeah, I think the blade comes out and she just does one of these, like, tries to turn her head as much. She knows his head is directly, like, in this vicinity behind her, so she is trying to stick that fucking knife right in his face.
You stab up and you get him, like, right in the cheek kind of thing, and, like, you can feel the bones and they're kind of grinding against your blade.
Beautiful.
He screams as blood just kind of gushes out and rains down on you, and he's still kind of trying to wrench your head off, and you're jiggling that blade in there.
Beautiful.
Anything you want to add?
I would like to add another edge at this point and deal an additional +2 harm with this attack to him, and that's the end of my death drive edges.
Excellent. Extra damage as you're just kind of grinding that in there, and then you feel it let go as you've cut through.
Yeah, she's not trying to pull it out. We're doing a rip through.
Meanwhile, Juicy, unfortunately, he rolled a 14, whereas you rolled an 11. So he kind of moves in to you and grabs you by the hair, like I said, and he's going to attempt to bite you in the throat. You can do an endure injury if you want, which is roll your fortitude minus harm.
Fortitude minus harm. Okay. I don't currently have any harm, I believe. Fortitude. That's a 7 and 9 is 16 plus 1 is an 18.
18, excellent. He bites into you. You're going to take one wound, but you're not going to take a serious one as he literally bites down with these sharpened rows of teeth into your neck and starts to kind of grind out, and it's just like running. See it, Fosco. Thanks for coming in, man. Kind of just grinding in there, and you manage to kind of ride out the pain and not take the serious wound as he's kind of wrapped up into you. Meanwhile, back in the car, you are driving like a bat out of hell. Now, you know you have to put some distance. You know they're coming. You know you've got only a few minutes. It's not a big town. They're going to be on you soon. But because I have all these wonderful moves, I have 2 more holds on you for your drug addict. You know you got to put some distance, but man, wouldn't it be great if you could stop for a minute and take one of these? And if your mic worked, it would be even better.
I'm saying no. I'm
You're
I'm using 3 of my thingies.
You're gonna spend. Yeah. You're gonna spend. It's 2. It's 2. Is it 2 or 3?
It's 2. It's definitely 2. I'm gonna spend 2 of my thingies.
I don't remember, but I said 2 earlier, so it's gonna be 2 for now. All right. So you're gonna blow 2 of your
blow
divinities.
I'm going to use 2 of them for a good reason.
Whatever vernacular you wish to use, Rachel.
I'll use blow in a different capacity.
Things happen. You use your 2 divinities. Thank you so much, Bleakseason Gaming, for basically giving you back one of those 2 divinities that you just used. To resist that. You look at these pills and literally all you want, you find yourself reaching for them, but you're like, no, if I stop and do this, I'm going to be fucked, and they're definitely going to find me. So you keep driving and sort of just taking random turns, just trying to get away from there as possible. You're pretty smart. You've done this kind of stuff before, so you know you got to go somewhere where there's a lot of tracks so that, you know, they're not going to be able to just kind of fall. So you get onto like a more major road and kind of double back at some point, and you're kind of smart about it, and you drive around. At some point, you realize just as you're driving that you see off the side of the road one of the landmarks you'd been told to look at as you were trying to head to the solar farms, and you can see in the distance the tall towers of these solar farms in the distance. and you realize that without really kind of intending to, you've kind of driven in the direction of where you were headed originally, that ranch.
Woo!
You
Great.
pull in to the main road that kind of drives up to it. As you do, the sun is cresting now fully over the horizon, and it hits those towers, and the towers reflected down on those solar panels, and there's just this brilliant light that just lights up all around you, and it's almost like the desert is on fire all around you. This light is just incredibly almost blinding, but it doesn't last very long as the solar panels adjust, and all of a sudden they go, and you just have like these white spots, those light spots that kind of driving crazily forward. And you eventually see this old Mexican style ranch house that's up a little dirt road, and you turn and you kind of head that way. What do you want to do? You are pulling up now to this ranch. You can see a number of vehicles parked out front. One of the vehicles you recognize is Iomi's, Lions' vehicle, whatever kind of vehicle driving.
Oh, shit. Okay. I mean, no one out here? Everyone just...
Go ahead and give me an act under pressure roll, actually. Let's check something.
Okay.
That's plus coolness.
That didn't really roll like I wanted it to, but what did it land on? I'm okay that it didn't roll like I wanted it to. Sorry, -2. I should know this. 16.
16, excellent. You think for a second, and you see a carport, and there's a space, and you immediately go and you pull your car into there so that it won't be spotted from the air by a helicopter. So you kind of pull it in and kind of hide it away in a smart
Wonderful.
move. And then you get out of the car, and as soon as you do, you hear this incredibly loud blast, like from a shotgun, and you see there's kind of like a sun house in the back, and you see one of the windows completely shatter and glass sort of fly everywhere. What do you do?
I'm gonna tend to my wounds first, to the best of my ability.
You all right, you're gonna quickly sort of sit down and look at your leg, which is bleeding pretty freely. Go ahead and do a act under pressure roll.
Oh my gosh. Am I still? Yeah, I'm still reducing for the wounds. Yeah, and for the. Let's see. I'm also not negative. Okay, so. Yes. 12.
Well, you quickly bind your leg as best you can, given the situation. You use the disinfectant in one. Now, you do succeed. This comes with an unexpected outcome, a high price, or a difficult choice. You start doing that, and you kind of start binding your wound, and as you do this, it's going to come with a high price, and the high price is that as you are absorbed with this, and kind of focusing on your leg, you don't hear the other guard approaching. And as you finish binding your leg, you hear the distinct sound of a gun cocking, and you feel the barrel kind of getting pressed up against your head. And you hear a man say, "Now exactly what the fuck do you think you're doing? Who the hell are you?"
I am looking for a friend.
Drop what you're holding.
My
I want you to stand up
bandage?
slowly.
Okay,
And
okay.
As you're standing up, you hear another shotgun from inside, and you kind of see, and he kind of looks up towards it. And
He looks for it?
You have a choice here. What do you want to do? For a moment, he's distracted and he looks up towards the
How-
house. What do you want to do?
How coke. I grab it.
You grab for the gun?
Oh, yeah.
All right. You are going to reach and grab for the gun. He's going to realize that you're doing that, and he's not going to shoot, but he's going to kind of back up a step and try to knock you on the side of the head with the butt of it. Another
Okay.
Blackson Gaming, thank you so much again. Another advantage for everyone. So go ahead and roll your engage in combat. It's a roll plus violence.
Okay. Okay, come on. Excellent. These dice love me. My sheet does not. So is my leg stabilized?
Yeah, your leg is stabilized.
I still have a wound on my hand.
Yeah, but it's not like super bothering you.
So it doesn't count for the...
Yeah.
Sick. Love, thanks. That is 18.
You manage to grab the gun just before you can kind of pull it back and whack you with it. So you reach out and you grab it. What do you want to do with it?
I'm gonna point it at him, and like in a sudden moment of like, oh fuck.
And as soon
Listen.
as you do that, he's not even going to hesitate. He's just going to launch himself at you.
Ooh!
Okay.
Pull on
Engage in
trigger.
combat.
You can't do that. I'm using the divinity. I'm using another divinity. God damn it. Ah! No, I'm doing it. Okay. Okay, I can work with this. 14.
14. All right. Well, I got a 6, 7, 8, 9. So you, as he
Really?
moves for you, you pull the trigger and shoot. You hit him right like here in the chest, and he kind of crumples
Don't
to the
fucking
ground.
punch at me. Why would you do that? I have your gun. Why are you an idiot?
It's my job, dumbass.
To be an idiot? Obviously not. If you were good at your job, you wouldn't be in this goddamn situation. Why is there gunfire?
Fuck, I don't know. The two that came in here, they're fucking killing everyone in there.
Who?
I don't know. Call the cops.
No, absolutely not. If they're killing people, why the heck are you out here investigating people with a car? What the fuck is wrong with you? Guy,
I was
like,
going
pointed at
around
him.
back.
There's a back.
Yeah, there's a door. A fucking sun house there. God damn it. And he kind of reaches and starts grabbing some of your first aid supplies.
Put you. Oh, I was gonna give it to him.
Okay.
I wasn't even like if he's just sitting there in pain. I was gonna just toss the
You kick
first
it over
aid,
to
like
him?
the med kit at him.
And what do you do after that?
I have my. I imagine my pills are on me, like
Are they?
hidden away. Oh yeah. I think I would have put them on my person in a spot before I started healing
Okay.
myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep the gun trained on him, but I'm gonna start moving towards that door.
Okay, you move towards the door. Back inside the house. Ethelene, there's a shower of blood coming down on you. You've stabbed him and kind of ripped through his face. He screams in pain, and he's just kind of gone kind of berserk at this point. He just starts kind of like raining down blows on you. And Robert, your guy, as he's kind of locked in there, he's not going to let go. He just kind of tries to wrap around you even harder, and he just keeps kind of digging and biting into your throat. What are the two of you going to do?
I would like to take my tentacled arm and like shove it between his mouth and my flesh, and then stick it into his mouth and jam it as far down as I can go.
when you do that, he is going to see what you're going for, and he's going to try to take your other hand that was in his jacket, and he's going to try to bring it up, tentacly try to wrap it around your own throat.
Okay.
Use it to kind of choke you out.
Okay. I'm going to use a divinity.
Okay. So hold on to your underwear for 1 second.
Yep.
What's Ethelene going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to use my last edge, and that is going to be to realize my opponent has a weakness that I can exploit.
You see that he has an old wound, an old scar or something like that runs behind his ear and down here. There's like a lot of scar tissue, and that would probably be a pretty good handle to kind of grab in and sort of like just go to town, and maybe with your knife kind of drive in there and go crazy.
I imagine he is still behind me.
Yeah.
And I would like to try and throw my head back in a headbutt into his jaws. I'm like bringing up the knife to just dig it right into that spot. Just like one swift motion.
All right, let's do some rolls, people. Remember to take into account your wounds or whatever that you've accumulated. And we are engaging in combat.
All right. I want this to be fucking cool. I have got 8 divinities. Dear Varl, keeper of the divinities, I would like to use 3 of these motherfuckers.
I don't think Varl has ever had to do as much work with advantages in a game before as he's doing.
I want this headbutt knife stab combo.
It means we're scared.
Thanks for Varl, man. Thank God for Varl. Varl keeping the ship rolling just on his own.
That's a dirty 20.
Ooh, 16.
And this time we'll start with Juicy. You succeed in your move, so please describe to us exactly what happens here.
Yes, so he's like biting into, I believe, my throat, and
Yeah.
I push the tip of my like elongated fingers between his mouth and my skin, and then I just force them into his mouth and just push as far as I am physically able to choke him out and force him to panic.
Your tentacle goes in and his eyes go wide, and you just keep pushing it and pushing it, and you can feel him kind of choking, and he does in fact start to panic as you're pushing, and blood starts to gush out and sort of I
also imagine as this is happening, I begin to look at him hungrily. I've imagined with the tentacle arms that my teeth have all sort of fused into like a squid's beak inside my mouth, and my eyes have just gone completely silver.
It's winter look right there. You don't see this right now, Ethelene. We'll let you deal with that a little bit later.
Thank fucking God.
But tell us, Ethelene, no, thanks, Black Sun. I don't take advantages against the players. I truly appreciate it, but it would be very unfair. Holds are very, very powerful in the game because I get to just decide what happens to the players. So thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. We're going to give those to the players, Varl. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so Ethelene, tell us what happens with you as you kind of knock your head back and feel it connect with his jaw, and then you jam that knife in there. Describe that for us.
Oh, yeah. She very swiftly and hard, like, throws her head backwards. And I imagine she hits, like, the ball of his chin with the back of her head and kind of knocks his head down forward. And she's coming up with the blade and just wrapping around into that sweet spot in the back of his ear and yanking as she does so.
And you hit you hit his artery and his aorta, and just as you kind of dig in there, the blood just starts gushing out like huge jets of it, and you're just covered. And it's just raining down on you as you're as he's holding you from behind, and he's just dripping blood on you, and you realize he's starting to fold down on top of you, and you're just still kind of hanging up there with that knife, just kind of jamming it in there, and he's just his entire weight is just kind of folding down on top of you, and you're kind of getting.
I guess she feels that she's trying to like dip to the side and roll, so he's not just crushing her forward. She's kind of like rolling him off as they're both going down.
And you fall down, and he's kind of partially on top of you, but you can kind of manage to sort of squeeze out, and you look up. And you're not too sure what's happening, but you can see Robert's back.
I'm not done with him, Bleak. I'm not. She is fully focused on this man right now. She is not done with him. Is he like dead?
He's dying.
Oh, that's great. At this point, she just kind of like takes her boot as she rolls over into him, does like the scramble into him and kicks him like so he's laying back, and just straddles him. And now she's taking the blade and sawing at his neck, and she is attempting to decapitate this fucker at this point. I think there are curses flying during this moment. There is maybe blood spray hitting her. She feels nothing but the rage right now.
I'm going to go ahead and ask you to give me a keep it together roll, because I don't think you're keeping it together.
I'm not fucking keeping it together, dog. No.
Roll plus willpower.
Well, I would like to yet again use 2 more of those delicious divinities that I have received from these fine folks.
Blacksun Gaming is just keeping you guys rolling.
Yes, we have
the
the
others.
best audience. Clearly.
That is a 14.
14. You managed to sort of hold on a little bit, but it's taken a lot of effort to not just kind of go completely bonkers on it. I
think a part of that is like her holding on while she's sawing, but it's still kind of threatening at the gates, is that same maniacal laughter starts to kind of bubble from her throat as she's doing this.
Excellent. You're going to lose 1 stability, as you know.
I would expect nothing less in this moment.
Callie, you arrive at the back door, and you kind of pull it open, and what you see is this pool. There's a bunch of people over on the left that are kind of starting to come to, but it's not very clear. They seem kind of out of it. You can see at the other end of the room, you can see Ethelene on top of someone just sawing away, and there's blood just kind of splashing everywhere. She's covered in it. The whole place reeks of it. On the other side, you don't quite see exactly what's going on, but there's a guy on his knees, and Robert's in front of him, and he's doing something. You're not sure if he's maybe, like, is he blowing Robert, or is Robert trying to shove something down? You know, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's some weird the sounds kind of being made, and it's not really clear. If it wasn't Robert, you'd
sex and violence. Okay.
Yeah, sex and violence is 100% like
Sex
this.
and violence.
We're gonna change the name of the channel from Folk&Myth to Sex and Violence. See how
I support that.
how the social networks love it.
Isn't that what it means?
Yes, that's code for that.
Isn't that the folk and the myth?
It's code for all that good stuff. So you see all that, but the other thing that you see is you see this tall, gaunt man with this very pale skin, very pale hair is slowly coming out of this pool. You can see his body's covered in scars, and you can see all the veins inside. And he's moving very slowly, but he's coming out of this dark pool, and the water's kind of just glistening off of him. And he doesn't seem too perturbed by what's going on. But the other two are really kind of involved with what's going on with their own, whatever their own action that they're doing. And he walks over and bends down, and you can see that he's picking up a rifle from the ground.
That's if he gets to the rifle. Can I enter and can I shoot him in the leg?
You want to try shooting him?
Yeah, I would like to try and shoot him.
Okay.
Just reading the room, I don't know what side he's on. But if there's one thing that I learned back in the day, it was that regardless, if you shoot him in the leg, you could recover from that more than if you just put him out, you know?
And as far as you're concerned, Robert, what is it that you're going to do? You got this guy, like, he's clearly the light's going out of his eyes. Your arm is all the way down to the elbow inside his esophagus, and his throat is super distended. You can tell that this guy is, like, basically almost dead.
There's not much going through my mind, but I do remember that lovely taste. And I'd like to, as the lights leave his eyes, lean down and tear the skin away from his throat with my mouth and begin to lap up the blood.
Excellent. And Ethelene, what are you doing as the man under you now is not moving and basically just this mass of red bloody pulp, and you've basically sawed through his neck? There's just a little bit left. There's, like, a couple tendons left. What do you do?
I imagine that this act is quite tiring, and I think she kind of, like, slumps forward, and she's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. And she's going to look up towards Robert. Oh, Bobby. What does she see?
Does she see Bobby?
Yeah, you see... I wonder if it looks kind of like the man is genuflecting while I pray over him as I bend down, and it looks probably like I'm kissing his neck, holding his head with my other arm away from you, and then there's, like, the second arm no longer needing to worry about his struggle, just sort of dangling loosely. I assume my arm is still black. And
yeah, do you have tentacles? Do I see tentacles?
Yeah, where my arms were are these, like, long blackened tentacles, and where were fingers are these, like, elongated barbs.
Oh, aren't you a pretty thing?
And
what?
Maybe as my right arm, the one away from you, sort of pulls slowly out of his mouth, you see it just sort of slide back, and I stand back up slowly, and there's blood just smeared down my face as his body falls back and collapses into a pile.
I think that the Jesus fucking Christ, it just turns into a Jesus fucking Christ.
Give me another keep it together roll.
Fucking Christ. All right.
Sorry, yes, go ahead, Rachel. While Creep is giving me the keep it together, Rachel.
I was just going to say, is this before or after my gunshot?
It's going to be at the same time. We're going to roll your gunshot now. Actually, go ahead and give me a engage in combat.
Varl, I used one more advantage, divinity, and I'm currently doing math in my head, which is horrible.
Same. I also used one
That's
divinity.
a 15, Bleak.
15. You managed to keep it together. You grit your teeth and you just let out that Jesus Christ, and your sanity doesn't.
Can I move from this?
Yeah.
Can I?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's gonna get up and she is gonna scramble back to where Warnick threw his was it a shotgun that he had? He had a shotgun?
Yeah, so you turn around and start heading for that, and you see that Oz is picking it up. And
oh, that dirty son of a bitch.
And as you see that, what was your roll? What was your engagement violence roll?
15.
15. As you see that, you hear a shot. And you see part of his leg kind of explode, and blood sort of shoots forward, and he falls down, like his leg collapses and he falls down on one knee. And
does
you see
he
standing
mayhaps
behind
drop
him
that gun?
at the other end of the room, you see Callie there with fucking revolver, having just taken a fucking Lone Ranger shot from
Beautiful.
across the room to tap him. You can see the divinities in the pinned message, by the way. Okay, we're gonna go around and see what each of you wants to do, as this is kind of a moment where there's this lull. So we're just gonna start at the top here. Creep, You see him drop. The gun is there. The gun is on the ground near him.
Yeah.
You see he might try to reach for it again, but right now he's like on his knees. I will say that for the wound that he's got, he doesn't seem to be too bothered by it. It's more like the impact of it that drove him to the ground. So what is Ethelene going to do?
I want that fucking gun. I want that gun so bad. Give me that gun.
What?
I want the knife.
I said,
Give me the
I want
knife.
the knife, please. If anyone knows what that
please.
that line's from. What is Robert going to do? You are feasting on this thing and feeling the joy and the pleasure of it. I would say you're probably kind of lost in the sauce a little bit right now, as like you're drinking this warm blood and the violence has just erupted and you fed your darkness and all that. And I think you're probably in a kind of mild state of euphoria right now, and it's the best that you've felt in a long
I think I want to taste the inside of the skinny man.
You mean Oz?
Yes.
You turn around and see that he's got a knee on the ground, and Ethelene is kind of scrambling for the gun that's in front of him. You see Callie in the back with a gun, but you kind of just have vague recollections of Callie. I don't think you've met since you've come back, eh? So you kind of just have vague recollection. She seems familiar to you, but you're not too sure exactly. And Callie, what are you going to do? You see that the shot has had an effect, not as much as you might have thought or hoped, but he's on one knees. You see Ethelene scrambling for the gun in front of him. He might still reach it before her, and you see Robert for the first time, and you see this creature with these silver eyes and this strange kind of bloody mouth, and instead of arms, it's got these strange little tentacles. Start by you giving me a keeping it together roll, Callie, and then I'll ask you what you want to do.
Yeah. I have so many. I'm going to use at least one. That didn't make it better. I'll eat it. Okay. Sorry, keeping it together.
As a willpower.
Yes. Okay. 9.
What'd you say?
I said 9. That's German for no. I
You
will not
lose
be accepting
2
the result of this
stability.
roll.
You lose 2 stability.
Okay. Oh. I mean, how's broken?
You were at
I was at irrational.
you were at unhinged, and then you healed one, I do believe.
To irrational.
Irrational. And now you're going to lose
Broken.
2 and go back down. You're going to go to broken.
Yeah.
However, I've been waiting for this moment. Which is never a thing, but you
No.
see this thing and you feel whatever shred of sanity was left to you just sort of float off into you. It's not even like a hard crack, it's just this last little bit of it just kind of floats off into nothingness, and you see the creature, you take in the entire scene, and then you feel something sort of move and change inside of you. You will have to surrender control your character for a little bit here as darkness envelops you, and instead something else. Actually, I'm not going to take control of your character. Callie goes to sleep. And in her place is that thing that comes out once in a while. You wake up. You feel your slumber has been way shorter than it usually is. You look around you and you can clearly see that this place is connected to Inferno. And I don't know to what degree Rachel knows all this lore, but I'll kind of try to feed you a few things there so you understand. But you basically recognize that this place is connected directly to Inferno, which is the equivalent of hell. You would understand that Inferno is the realm where the enemy of the Demiurge who created you, being called Astaroth, exists.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Astaroth at all times threatens the well-being of this realm, and that him and his legions feed off of human passion and emotions, and so they are constantly trying to get closer to this realm that you're in now, which is called Elysium. You don't know where the Demiurge is, you don't know what's been happening, you spend so much time asleep, but you remember not too long ago what you did at the motel room and kind of what happened with all that. You remember, as you see Ethelene, you remember seeing her in that last fugue state that you have. And you understand that all of this is tied to that man in white, and that he's the reason for all of this, and he kind of keeps this together. And basically you are his enemy, and he is the enemy of the Demiurge. So I'm going to give you a moment to think about what you want to do, because in this instance, in this moment, you can literally do anything. Literally anything you want.
I have one thought.
Which is?
I just want to shoot him through the head. I have a gun. It's got a bullet in it.
Okay. So this is what happens. Ethelene and Robert, go ahead and make your engage in combat. Well, actually, Ethelene, we're going to say act under pressure instead of engage in combat, since you're just trying to kind of scamper forward and grab the gun. And Robert, do your engage in combat since you're trying to grab him. We'll see inside of him.
Yeah, I'd like to use 4 of my divinities.
I'd
Not a
like to
problem.
use 2.
Go for it.
Do I think that he will actually at least cease in this form by shooting him through the head, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then fine.
That's an 18 from me.
Excellent.
That's a 17.
So a couple of things are going to happen. Ethelene, you roll forward and you grab the gun. A chamber around in it. I assume you want to shoot him?
Well, yes, of course.
Okay. You roll forward, you grab the gun, and you bring it up to your shoulder.
She has a cool moment.
Go for it.
I think she grabs that shotgun, and Ethelene is no stranger to a shotgun. I'm sure she got her first one when she was just a wee little thing, her little 410 fucking pea shooter. I imagine in my head this is a pump action because it is way cooler. She grabs that motherfucker with one hand and like pumps it in the air and throws it up into her shoulder and just puts the barrel right between his eyes and says, "Goodbye, motherfucker," and pulls the trigger on him.
Excellent. As that is happening, Robert, you move forward, and just as you're about to sink your beak and claws into him, you stop, and you look over to the right, and you look at this person that just came in, and she's not there. She's gone. She's still there physically, but you now see because of what you are, see beyond that. And literally, this is a 911 alarm. Ring all the bells. You see that the divine being inside of this human has awoken. You know that's bad because you know that by and large they don't like your kind. And you immediately realize that when there's nothing really you can do against the divine being, with a thought, she can just send you back to where you come from, and she's gonna know momentarily what you are. And you stand there for a second, and you realize you have a quick decision to make. You can either satisfy this urge that you have right now and stay the way you are and bite into this guy and kind of dig into it, knowing you'll be exposing yourself thoroughly to this divine being. Or you can quickly try to hide all of this and go back to just being Robert and hope that she didn't notice in the moment what's happened. So tell me what you do.
I think preternaturally I freeze mid-movement as I begin to slink towards the man. And at that realization, there's that freeze and pause. And I withdraw into myself. And there's like a twitch, and my teeth separate, and my eyes go back to their gray, and my arms shrink in a little, and my skin returns to its natural color. Holy shit, Estelle. What the fuck are you doing here?
And Ethelene, you rise up and pump that shotgun fucking Linda Hamilton style. You put it in his face and you shoot, and the bullet goes right and hits him. And the head does something. It starts to implode under the bullet. But then it's like the bullet has just separated all the atoms in his body. And you see him almost in slow motion start to disintegrate. All the little bits and pieces of him start to just float away. The head, shoulders. Imagine, if you will, like a character, a digital character, that all the pixels are starting to kind of slowly float away. And he's just being dismantled on a molecular. And as the body kind of splits in half and falls apart and sort of evaporates like that, you see Estelle, Callie, standing at the other end of the pool. Her eyes are like twin beams of phosphorescent light, just this powerful, huge beams. And as she stares at you, you realize you don't recognize her, but there's something incredibly otherworldly about her. And the thing about it is that you feel something inside of you react to that. You literally feel like, the best way to describe it is a dog in the room who would hear something that you can't hear and would kind of like react to that. There's something inside of you that does that. There's something inside of you that reacts to whatever this thing is here in front of you that used to be Estelle. And as you watch the last bits of Oz just float away into nothingness, as he literally ceases to exist, as if he never existed, she smiles at you and closes her eyes and just crumples to the ground. And then you hear Robert say, "God, Estelle, what are you doing here?" just as she falls to the ground.
Jesus fucking Christ. You're muted, Juicy.
What happened? What the fuck? Why am I
Thank
my
God,
God.
are you back
Oh my
now?
God. What happened? Holy shit.
That's an excellent fucking question, my friend.
What how long have we been here? Have I been on a bender? I don't remember.
We've been here for a while. Yep. You turned into some sort of half squid man out of a Lovecraft book, and you
What the fuck are you talking
stuck
about?
your hand down a man's throat, and Jesus fucking Christ, I seen it all. And now you're you again. That's great. You was talking real fucking prim and proper, some sort of Martha shit for a while. Are you feeling normal again? I don't. What the shit was that?
What the fuck is normal about that?
I think the gun just kind of falls out of her hands, and she does like this like weird stiff like stagger towards Callie.
As you do that, you realize that the room around you has changed. The entire place is used to be this kind of Mexican-style ranch, but the walls are entirely covered in strange symbols. There are dead bodies hanging from the ceiling, nailed to the wall in various stages of decomposition, various stages of having been tortured and cut up. There are literal body parts littered everywhere on the ground. It's slick with blood. And with all manner of other liquid, and the pool itself that you were looking at is completely empty, and it's just this black emptiness, and there's no water, nothing. It's just this hole into nothing, and the entire room smells of like a charnel house, like an abattoir. Just the smell of meat and blood and rot, and all around these strange symbols of wings with maybe some of you have seen this before, but everywhere this symbol of these wings with these 5 red dots and this strange star atop of it, all over the place. You recognize again symbols of Astaroth and stuff like that.
Yeah, but as I think Ethelene has this realization, Bobby is doubling over and vomiting up all of the blood that he had drunk, just retching right on the floor.
Sorry, go
like
on.
Weeping.
I was just gonna say that you reach Callie, but if you want to do something before that,
I can see her still amid all of this.
She's fallen on the ground and is
okay.
You can see that
she looks like a human person.
Yeah.
All right, good. I think Ethelene hears you fucking barfing behind her, Juicy, and she just does like the, yep, that's right, Bobby, get it all out. And she, like, the way she is walking right now and talking, everything is very like herky-jerky, like super uncomfortable, completely weirded the fuck out, like this weird robotic motion. And she is physically and mentally like willing herself over to Callie's body, and she's gonna kneel down and kind of try to like roll her over very carefully, but she is shaking like a fucking leaf right now.
Callie, you feel yourself being picked up, and you start to come to, and you realize you've lost a bit of time again, but you have that incredibly warm, beautiful feeling that you've gotten before when you've taken Lucivex and when you've been out like this, and your stability comes back to where it normally sits, and you just feel really good. You feel literally what you feel like. You feel like it's the best high of your life, but you don't feel high, if that makes any sense. Like, you just feel everything is clear. You have no aches or pains. It's literally like you got the biggest high on life that you could have, but you're not drugged out of your...
Yeah.
Hey, Callie, how you doing there, bud? How you feeling?
I'm okay.
She's kind of like trying to maneuver you, but like it's this like weird like I'm trying to help you by touching you and maneuvering you, but I don't really want to be touching you right now situation. Like it's very awkward.
Yeah, I think she would receive these touches as like you like as soon as like she comes to, she kind of like, you know, uses her muscles and like holds herself up and supports herself, so you don't have to maneuver her for that long. And she sits up. What did I miss?
Oh man, you are doing well, you shot Bannon. That was pretty cool and gave me a great advantage there. So she like high fives herself in front of you. High five there. Maybe we don't worry about that right now, but are you feeling okay? You were just doing this really weird thing with your eyes. You ever see this painting as by Sasha Snyder? It's called Hypnosis. Really weird guy with like big old tractor beam eyeballs looking at another guy. No, maybe not.
No.
I spent a lot of time in prison and all you guys books, so
okay,
you know, you gotta do something there. You can tell she is very just like uncomfortably rambling at you at this point.
Yeah, we actually there are cops that are probably coming, and we should maybe leave.
Time to go. That's what I heard. Time to go, right? You remember? Hey, Bobby, are you feeling better, bud? Did you get all that iron out of your system?
No, I feel
All right. Well, I think we should not worry about that right now, and I think this is a situation where we just got to get out of here. Hey, you remember that really cool town we were talking about, Row Hollow, Leviathan?
Yeah. No, I want to. I want to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But I need to go upstairs and grab this kid real quick. Maybe we should hop in the car.
There's a kid here?
Let's get out of town. Let's get the fuck out of town.
She might be my niece. It's fine. We won't ask any questions right now. How about that? Because we got a job to do and we got to get out of here. And I feel really fucking weird. She like looks around again. Is the world still fucked?
Yeah, and pretty much all of you
Did you see the farmhouse?
Pretty much everything looks this way to everyone now. You can all see the truth of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there other people in here?
There's a lot of dead bodies.
Okay. I meant living bodies, but I guess that makes sense. So no. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Get your knee. Can we? Iomi, you have a car?
Yeah. I don't know where it is.
No, I saw it, but we should. It's out in the front, but we should go take.
Front.
Oh, I drove here. Okay.
Yes, you did.
You don't remember how you got here?
No. The last thing I remember was a
here. Give me your keys. I'll go get the car. Okay. We gotta move. Keys.
Yeah. Here. Yeah.
I take them. Okay, I'm gonna go get the car. Yeah, I guess just meet out front in like 2 minutes because we gotta go.
Yeah, Bobby, why don't you go with Callie? You looking a little green around the gills there, bud.
What your name?
That's
you had
Callie.
a different name too. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Ethelene, Bobby, Callie. Now that
are we talking about the name thing? We
done.
not talk about the name thing because why are we all have? Because I have this name because I was in witness protection.
Can we get out of here? Can we just get out of here? Then we'll just get to the car and then we can talk.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. Robert, come with me.
The two of you head out around the house, and you'll find the car without too much problem. Ethelene, what are you doing?
I'm going in the house and I am looking for Dina.
You go back inside the house, and as soon as you arrive in the foyer where you were, you see this young girl there, about 13 or 14, standing there. She is very pale, much like her father. Her hair is so blonde that it's almost white. It's just kind of slicked back and kind of shoulder length, and she's wearing this white t-shirt and these white cotton pants, like capri pants, and got sandals on. And she's got a backpack, and it's this little sort of I don't know what would have been popular back then, but it's a kid's backpack with like some sort of, kids thing on it. It's at her feet and is just kind of waiting there when you come in. And as soon as you step in, she looks up at you and she goes, "My daddy coming back?"
She looks like a deer in headlights right now, and she kind of very quickly glances around the room for some kind of fabric or a towel, because she also recognizes that she is currently covered in Daddy and his friends' viscera.
You would definitely, there's like some kind of some kind of knit, almost rug-like kind of throw on one of the couches that you can totally
A
grab
little
on.
bit of macrame.
Yeah.
She grabs that and she's like doing one of these on her face and like trying to wipe this off, and at the same time going, well, about that, probably not for a little bit, but we gotta go. And I think that you, Dina, right?
Yes.
Hello, Dina. I am. God, this is so fucking weird. I'm your Aunt Ethelene. I don't know what you ever been told about me before, but here I am. Surprise. And like she drops the fucking blanket, and like there's just, I imagine this thing was like that really loose, shitty weave. So all she did was just smear the blood around a
basically.
lot. And she looks insane.
She's like, "My mama told me about you.
Oh, really?
Said you were in prison."
Yes.
Okay. She picks up her bag and shoulders it. "I'm ready to go."
There's like that was way too easy pause for a minute, and then, all right, let's step two. You got all your stuff there in that little bag? You need anything else? Maybe like a juice box out of the fridge or something? I don't know when we're gonna get a snack.
Yeah, and she walks off and into what you assume is the kitchen, and you hear her rummaging around, and she comes back and she hands you a juice box, and she's got one.
That's mighty nice of you, actually.
My mama always said that she grew up with not a lot, and when you don't have a lot, you have to share what you do have so that other people that don't have a lot also can have a little bit of something, and then everyone's got a little bit of something.
She's like looking at the sky and blinking her eyes like, I'm not gonna cry in this moment. That's really nice, Dina. Let us go out to the car in the front, okay? And we'll sit in the back seat together and we'll share juice boxes.
What about all the dead people in the back?
Well, the cops are on the way, so we should probably go, because they're probably gonna think that we did that, and maybe we did, but we should go.
She takes a moment and reaches into her bag and pulls out a piece of paper and kind of unfolds it. And
She hesitantly takes this piece of paper and looks down at it.
And you can see that it's a very beautiful rendering in watercolor of the scene that you just left behind out back. And you can see in this rendering that her father is being pulled apart like little threads, and you can see Callie floating in the sky behind with this light coming out of her eyes, and you see this dark tentacled monster that's kind of like hunched over in one corner, and then you see you from the back, just this kind of silhouette, and from the way the image looks, it could be you or it could be Naomi. Hard to tell.
Wow.
I drew that last night.
Very interesting. You are an artist, Dina. This is very nice.
This kid's weird, by the way. Like, she just like doesn't really blink and just kind of stares at you.
Is this for me? All
You can do
right.
what you want with it.
Well, I would like to put it on a refrigerator, honestly, but I'm not in possession of one of those right now, but maybe where we are going, I will be, and I will, because this is art. That's very nice. but we're in a rush right now.
Okay.
And we need to go. Yep. All right. And I think she starts just like hurting her. Like she's not willing to leave her and expect her to follow. So she's just kind of like just like she was with Callie, like awkwardly touching her. Like, I don't want to be touching you. I don't know. This is weird. I hate feelings and touching. And just kind of like hurting her out the front door towards the vehicle with everybody else.
And meanwhile, outside, you've managed to get to the car. You've probably plopped lines in the back seat and jumped in the front, and you started it up, and something like Barry Manilow comes through radio.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you had a different name too? Like, what?
Yeah. Callie is my name from home.
Oh. Were all three of us in like witness protection? Was that all?
I was, and it's, I don't know. Huh?
Yeah, same. Like, that's why I was Iomi. They gave me that stupid fucking name. I don't know where that came from.
Well, I mean, I guess it came from somewhere.
Yeah, I am. I'm Bobby, Robert, whatever. My family calls me Robert. My friends call me Bobby.
Oh, okay. I can call you Bobby. I mean, unless that's weird.
No. After all we've been through together, yeah, fucking course.
Okay. Yeah. What is taking her so long?
You see that you do see her coming out of the house with the kid and the boxes.
Oh God, there really is a kid.
I mean, yeah, there's a kid.
I think Ethelene throws open the back door and like looks in. Hey, Bobby, you are riding shotgun this time. And would you please turn off this fucking horse shit music before I lose my goddamn mind? And she's like shoving
it was
Dina
just on the
inside.
damn radio, Del. God.
Radio.
Oh.
That's just what was on.
You go through between the seats and get in the front seat, and the kid hops in the back and just kind of buckles in and stares at the house, sips from her juice.
Okay, and as soon as people are in the car, I'm like stepping on it because I'm not waiting for freaking anybody.
I think Ethelene's just sitting in the back with like unopened juice box in one hand and this horrifying piece of art in the other. She's just stiff as a board back there.
Yeah,
like
Bobby is just
view.
In shotgun, just sort of staring 1,000 miles away, like ripped off that exterior layer, covered and caked in blood and gore, and there's just like blood all down his neck and like on the collar of the shirt, but like the rest of it's pristine and just completely shell-shocked.
In my head, I might say to Delphia, did it happen?
I think it's time we take our little trip to Leviathan.
Bitch, we're working on it.
What?
God damn.
And as air supply comes the car takes off down into the distance, into the now sun that is now well on its way up towards the noon time. You hit the gas, find the highway, and always on the lookout for either the cop cars or the helicopter that doesn't come. The four of you head off down on the highway. And that, I think, is where we're going to end it.
Owies.
Golly.
That's like a really nice ending, actually.
So sweet.
So much.
Yeah, I started playing All Out of Love by Air Supply, which was a vibe for this.
Very nice.